Something to do with, is it a puppy, yeah?
A puppy?
Yeah.
So a yuppie's an animal?
I would reckon so, yeah.
Young, upward, mobile Protestant or something like that?
Well, I don't know. It's people who work hard and get up very early in the morning to catch the Japanese market, whatever that may be. It's not a life that I've led myself, really.
I always thought it was a freshwater crustacean, because I went to the Swan River in Australia and I had yuppies to eat there. They were frightfully nice.
Inside the city greenhouses, however, monuments to Mammon and the market and home of the yuppie, life this week must seem as fragile as a glass superstructure. But did the stock market crash mean that future profit was just a mirage? At the city's most famous watering hole, they think not. Here, burnt-out yuppies may come and go, but smoked salmon and bubbly goes on forever.
They like a nice plate of smoked salmon, a sole, a nice bit of turbot. Oysters are good sellers, prawns are a good seller.
What do they drink?
Sancerre, Chablis. In a good mood, they drink champagne.
Would you be a yuppie?
Good God, I'm too old, too rich.
Too rich? Yeah. How much have you seen spent on champagne at a single lunch?
With the lunch, £400.
Would you like your daughter to marry a yuppie?
No. I think they're terrible in bed.
Why would a yuppie be bad in bed?
Well, because they haven't any practice. If you're working 12 hours a day.
A yuppie. They conjure up a picture of young people that normally frequent wine bars, and normally they can't hold the drink that they imbibe.
You've never had to clear out a wine bar on horseback or anything?
Of yuppies, no.
At Hayes Wharf, city prophets have created a yuppie temple. But style guru Peter York believes yuppie means rather more than just fast money.
The people who actually test drove the whole idea of yuppiedom were often more over 30 than under 30. And because there's this tiny group doing very well in the city, people think it's all about them. But if the city disappeared overnight, there'd still be yuppies in this country. It's not all about the city.
Everyone has their own idea of what a yuppie is, so do they really exist? In the interests of journalistic inquiry, we laced a trap with enormous amounts of champagne. But would this shy, much-envied species show itself? The trap sprung, the yuppie appeared in pinstripe plumage.
Rodney, where do you live?
I live in Dulwich.
What do you drive?
A BMW.
Are you single?
Yes, I am, although I live in sin and thoroughly enjoy it.
And would you regard yourself as reasonably wealthy?
Reasonably.
So you're a yuppie?
I wouldn't consider myself one, but friends tell me that I am, particularly at the golf club, so I've decided to come out of the closet. Yes, I probably am a yuppie.
Sarah, now you wouldn't be proud to be a yuppie. If I called you one, what would your reaction be?
I'd be grossly offended if you called me a yuppie.
Why?
Simply because of the stigma attached to being a yuppie.
Yes, I would not like to be described as being a yuppie.
Why not?
There's a derogatory sense of flaunting wealth, which I wouldn't like to have ascribed to me.
I can't say honestly that I always wanted to become a yuppie, but having said that, I always wanted a BMW. And I think the two just came together.
Today you're proud to be a yuppie?
Yes, all right, I admit it. I'm proud to be a yuppie.
Because of the city, people think, oh, yuppies are people who are in it for the big kill, the 200,000 a year before burnout. But often yuppies are actually much more thoughtful, clever people than that, who are balancing quality of life against money. Yuppies live in a ring of mainly inner suburbs where they can buy good quality Edwardian houses and make something of them. So yuppies could live in Kilburn or West Hampstead on the one hand, or in Battersea on the other.
Is J.R. Ewing a yuppie?
No, he's too rich.
You can be too rich to be a yuppie?
Oh, I think so.
What's a stage above yuppie, then, if you're too rich to be a yuppie?
Well, I suppose there is life after yuppinism.
Just being a simple multi-millionaire is enough?
A simple multi-millionaire Texan is quite sufficient for me, thank you.
Peter, I have to say, you come across to me as yuppie. Are you a yuppie?
Well, Lindsay, I have to say, I've left all that behind me.
Too vulgar for you?
No, I've done it.
Is this yuppie, then, the suit?
Yes, absolutely.
Shirt,
This is
tie?
completely down-the-line, cliché yuppie style, yes.
Yuppie looks fairly conservative, then, to me.
Indeed. Indeed.
At the Dorchester, the upwardly mobile mix with those like Lord Snowdon, who can't go upward anymore without falling off. Once he was the ultimate self-made young man. Today, photographer to the stars, he launches his latest collection, the ideal coffee table book for the yuppie home. And if you pictured yuppies as under 30, think again.
What did you think of your portrait, Mr. Moy?
I thought it was most flattering, as indeed all good portraits should be. I looked lively and young, and that's the important thing nowadays.
Are you an older yuppie?
Well, I've been a yuppie all my life. Yeah, I don't know what it means except to try and make money easily. But yes, I rather like the word.
I suppose all in all, if I was young enough and mobile enough, I'd awfully like to be a yuppie. It seems to be the only hope for the future, doesn't it?
Yuppies make a lot of money. I don't think we're in the same league.
Yes, I'm deeply envious of anybody who's mobile anywhere, really. As my own career has stagnated these many years past. And if it means that you can have a little bed sitting room in Battersea or some equally salubrious part, say Wandsworth, that seems to be an important part of being a yuppie. I would very much like to be one.
Don't you think they're much duller than somebody like you, though? I mean, they spend most of their lives making money.
My dear fellow, I'm inordinately dull and penniless to boot. I'd rather be equally dull and rather better off.
But you wouldn't mind being described as a yuppie yourself?
No, I am described as a yuppie. I'm the oldest living yuppie.
You can't be very upwardly mobile if you work for Thames Television, can you?
You think I'm downwardly mobile now?
I would have thought so, otherwise you'd be BBC.